Hey guys, so I'm doing a vid post again because I'm lazy. That's about the long and short of it. I finally got caught up again. I know I said I'd stay caught up and I got 2 days behind. But I finally got caught up again and I got caught up with my outposts, that's pretty much a big deal in and of itself. Um, the last couple of days have been interesting. Let's see. Once again, on Sunday night, the car died. This time it was extremely simple. The battery did go. It finally had enough and it went kaput. So we went out and we got a new battery. A friend of ours, took us up and we got a new battery. And we got it tested before we even got there. So we'd know if they tried to pull some shit. So I took it to the place where we originally got the battery from, and they tested it, and even they had to admit it was dead. Then they tried to pull this whole, so where did you get this? Which store did you get this from? And I'm like, this one, because it's the closest one. So they got us a new battery, but they wanted to fusticate about it first. I did some calculations, and of course, I've had 2 weeks of no paychecks. Now, what's so funny is even with my measly paychecks, we probably would have been able to make rent around this time. And I have, of course, car insurance, and we have to do these stupid things like eat. I mean, it's completely dumb. We still have to eat. So, within the next within the next 5 days, I had better come up with something like $450 to be able to cover our rent and cover what's going to be coming out of my ass uh, uh, over the next 5 days, like car insurance, which is still stupidly high, even though I went out of my way to lower it. Them's the breaks. So, if you see a GoFundMe campaign fly by, just go ahead and just pass it on if you can. The baby kitten is doing much better. That is a huge plus. That is a huge plus. I mean, he had a day and a half of where I was so worried it was beyond stupid. I've slowly managed to get him to where he will eat a little bit more solid food. And today I actually I got smart. I picked up some soft food that's the chunky kind. It's not the paste, and it basically forced him, because I mixed it in with kibble. He was eating kibble as well as that, so I actually managed to get him to that point. He still has an occasional odd smell every now and again. I think it's just his system working things out. And he's got this new thing where he drools in his sleep. I don't know what that is. He's not 100%, but he is more active. He's moving around more. He's, making more demands whenever he is hungry. He will actually demand food. Today, when we got done eating our spaghetti, he demanded to get the bowls when we were done, which before we were setting him on the floor, and he was like, meh. And he loves human food. So that was a bit of a concern, but he's getting back to his sassy self, and he does this little tail wave thing whenever he's pleased to see you, and he did that for us today. He's still a little bit thinner than I'd like, but I'm working on that. So good news with the kitten. Had a bit of a headache because, of course, we got the battery replaced on the car. So my husband brings her home this morning from work and is like, the dome light won't shut off. So you're going to have to unhook the battery because the dome light won't shut off. It's probably a fuse or something, or, a wire got hit wrong. He was like, so, you're going to have to unhook it. I have this thing. I mean, I can put oil in the car. I can check her oil. I can put air in the tires. I usually prefer not to because I can deflate a tire just as well as I can put air into it. And I can put in the antifreeze, put in brake fluid. I can, check her valves, things like that. I have no problem with that. That's all simple stuff. But when it comes to um, something like messing with the battery, I have this thing. I don't want to touch the battery, period. But I realized I have errands I have to run today. And yeah, I dropped $60 on, that horrible thing like food. We have to have like food and water and yeah, how dare I? My bank account was going, how dare you? Um, so he had taken the positive cable off. So I had to put the positive cable on. This is something that I can do, but I'm so wary of it. So I already know. I'm like, there's like little bits of metal there because of the way that I was removing it. Which is probably, I was doing it properly, but it was still, canted at an angle while I was trying to get it off. So I went and I ran my errands, and of course, because today snapped really ultra cold, this wrist decided it completely hated me today. And I'm like, wow, I mean, the problems are just going to pile on, but it's a dome light. I can handle that. I mean, it's a heck of a lot better than your car won't start. So we do this all day, where we have to put it on and then take it off. Put it on to take it off. I actually had to run an errand tonight, so I had to put it on, and it did exactly what I was afraid of. At one point, it like touched before I put it on, and a spark flew. And I'm like, see, now this is the reason why I don't like to mess with a battery. I know what it was. Probably a static electric charge built up, but that's fine. I put it on there, and her gas gauge takes forever to get up there. So she's giving me a gas light, though I know she has some gas in her. And I'm like, you know what? While I'm running this errand, I'll just go ahead and put gas in her. So I run up, and it's dark out already. And I'm like, cops just love it when you drive around with your freaking dome light on. So I get to the gas station, pop the hood, unhook it, go in, get gas, put gas in her, hook her back in. Well, I bring her back home. Now, we've been doing this for like 24 hours now, taking the positive off, putting it back on, taking it off, putting it back on. It's probably only happened to the vehicle like maybe 6 or 7 times all day. But still, it's 6 or 7 times all day. Pop the hood, take it off, put it on with every errand we had to run. So I'm out there in the car. I pull her in, turn her lights off, and I look over and I'm like, I did this earlier because I had moved the interior light thing earlier. I had turned it all the way off, which of course dims all the lights in the car except for the dome light. Well, here's the thing. The reason why it didn't dim the dome light was because there's a switch up here as well, and I had punched it trying to find a way to shut the damn things off like my husband had done that already. Well, I had punched it again, and I clicked it over once, and the dome light went off. So all day long, taking the positive on, off, putting it back on, taking the positive off, putting it back on, probably, leaving metal shavings everywhere from doing this shit so much. And it was a simple flick of a switch. So it turned out well. And there's an upside. I now can touch the battery without freaking out, because I was doing this in the middle. It rained all day. It rained all day. And I was turning the lights on for the headlights on and off all day. And at any point in time, all I had to do was just punch that so it would be in the off position and then click it over once. So that's funny. And I think that honestly, it's our vehicle having a laugh at us. I mean, I really do. Here it is. You had to replace my starter. Then you had to replace my battery. So here's a headache you're going to have to deal with for the next 24 hours. And it's simple. It's simple. It's just a flick of a switch. It's simple. So that's been the last 48 hours. Kitten's gotten better. Vehicle went down. Then the vehicle just kind of like was overly amped. And yeah, now she's fine. kittens, I mean, I need to get him to a vet. I really do. He's not 100%. He's slowly getting there. He's got a lot of his old sass. But, I mean, I seriously need to get this cat to a vet for a variety of reasons. And, I mean, I need to get in a position where we can have Christmas, because that would be nice. I had a friend of mine from Denmark. She sent along a little bit of money for the kiddos for their Christmas. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of that, and I am determined to get my youngest his damn presents. It's been exactly a month since it's been his birthday. So yeah, he's going to get his presents. I've decided at this point I don't even really care. It's just going to happen. Because I'm tired of getting him his presents at Christmas and then trying to find a way to, like, separate the two. It's bullshit. I'm going to be aiming for a job tomorrow, which hopefully will be a little bit more lucrative than what I was doing. May create a bit of an issue with the schedule, but we'll find a way around that. Either which way, I could be making some serious money, and I'm hoping that it works out, so keep your fingers crossed for me. Hopefully with the making the serious money, we'll be able to actually get caught up, stay caught up, pay our bills without any further issues. That would be so lovely. And get this kitten to a vet like he needs. So far, all I need to do with the Jeep is just put some more air in her tires, and she'll be fine. She's been struggling along so far the last couple of years. I'm pretty sure she'll be fine for the duration of winter. Now we've gotten her battery taken care of, and her dome lights shut off. This has been the beginning of the week. This is the week for me. So, but I can still find ways to smile about it. I mean, the kitten's doing better. He's doing 10 times better, and I am so thrilled about that. We got the battery replaced before we got stranded in the middle of winter. The dome light thing was simple. It taught me a little lesson to never assume anything is actually bigger than what it is. Check absolutely everything first, and do it the smart way. Check absolutely everything first. And now I can actually mess with her battery without freaking out. So there's good things all around. There's silver linings. I got to spend some time with my husband today. I mean, Monday I was supposed to go and try for this job. Today I was supposed to go and try for this job. And it just didn't happen. But I got everything else cleared out of the way. I got all the laundry done. Got dishes done. I've got the boys set up for like the next week. So I'm good to go. And just keep your fingers crossed for me. And hopefully everything will start falling into line a little bit faster than it normally does. In many ways, yeah, I needed out of my old job, and the vehicle helped me do that. But I wish there was just something else lined up right behind it that would have been helpful. But who knows, maybe I needed the break. I mean, I've pretty much, my emotions have been up and down and all over the place, and I wasn't really in a good headspace for the last month. Hopefully, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. I mean, after my first, oh, damn it, over hearing about how I have to take that cable on and off, I actually got a sense of humor about it. Of course I'm doing this in the rain while I'm getting ready to go do grocery shopping. And I just, I looked on it with a bit of amusement. Especially since, while I'm making that comment to myself at night before I discovered, how to turn off the dome light without a whole big bunch of drama, I was thinking, oh, police officers love it, when you have your dome lights on. So when I was at the gas station, the guy who let me out the door and held it open politely was, of course, a police officer. Yeah, obviously the gods are listening. So hopefully they hear this. Thank you so much, for that little bit of help. The boyos will definitely enjoy some presents off of that. Thank you so much for everybody who's responded to my last couple of posts. I do love hearing from you guys. I'm really wishing I could get back in the swing of everything, even writing. That would be marvelous. I'm slowly getting to that point, but it's kind of like the kitten. It's like the recovery step by step. Trying to keep an upbeat and positive attitude, even though, life is rather uncertain and scary. But I've been doing uncertain and scary around this time of year for the last 5 years running, so I'm used to it. I'm kind of bored with it. Um, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping it gets better. At least better than it was in 2014, where I was like this far from getting kicked to the curb around this time. So, keeping the smile, keeping the positive attitude. There's silver linings to everything. Sometimes it's really hard to find them, but I've been finding them for the last couple of days, so I've been managing to keep my humor about it. Hopefully, I can maintain that humor throughout winter. Still looking to move out of the state, at least get to a state that's not right to work, and a little bit closer to where our goal is, so we have a little bit more time to get to where we need to be. Um, After that, it's just seeing what all shakes out. So we've got 2 or 3 opportunities. We're not getting our hopes up too high, but we've got 2 or 3 opportunities that look fruitful. So just keep your fingers crossed all around for that. And of course, hopefully I will be answering this post a lot faster because I'm not letting posts stack up. Um, Hopefully I will be able to get to this post and keep everybody a little bit more in the loop without letting 2 or 3 days pass next time. But until that time, until I hear from you guys again, take good care of yourselves, take good care of each other, and know that I'm out here reading up and checking up on you guys as I can, and that I do love you all. Talk to you all soon.